Hey guys, just wanted to do my reaction video to The Walking Dead Season 8, Episode 15, Worth. So you have, just to address dangling plot thread, I guess like the last episode we've had, Negan, who's being held captured in that junkyard by Jadis because she blamed him for why Simon ended up massacring all the scavengers. And you learn like a little bit about why his bat means so much to him. It was named after his late wife, and to keep her from burning it, that he said he promised to basically make things right by her. And so eventually she did let him go, even though I don't think that was really smart idea. We learned that so we basically learned that obviously that Tara wasn't infected with the arrow that hit that Dwight fired at her. He obviously just shot the wound just to maintain his cover. Henry had gone out and tried to go after the prisoners who escaped from the hilltop, trying to find his brother's killer. Morgan and Carol went after him, even though she was skeptical that he was even still alive because of the fact that going out to search for her own daughter. That it turns out she ended up becoming a walker, or at least she discovered when not searching. Well, yeah, and then but Carol eventually found him still alive, and Morgan and Rick ended up being captured by some of the escaped saviors, led by Jared, and they promised them, ironically, sanctuary instead of Jared insisting they go back to the sanctuary, and most of them took Rick up on his offer, but they basically, especially when they were being attacked by walkers, but they ended up using the whole thing as a distraction, basically to kill all of the saviors there, including Jared, who really had it coming. And Rick was asking why Morgan bothered to save him back in Atlanta. He said because his son was there. And then finally, and I guess that was enough for him to Rick to read the letter that was left to him by Carl.
That stuff, it's how I felt. Holding your hand, I felt happy and special. I felt safe. I thought growing up was about getting a job and maybe a family, being an adult, but growing up is making yourself and the people you love safe. Before, you were shot before things went bad. Kind of felt like things went bad because you were shot. I want to make you feel safe, Dad. I want you to feel like I felt when you held my hand. Just to feel that way for 5 minutes. I'd give anything to make you feel that way now. I wanted to kill Negan. It's that bigger world Jesus talked about. The kingdom, the hilltop. There's got to be more places. More people out there. A chance for everything to change and keep changing. Everyone giving everyone the opportunity to have a life. A real life.
Nice! Oh my god, he's such a bastard. He so deserves this.
You gonna make a move? Or is that it?
No move to make.
No. There isn't. All is forgiven. Get your ass up.
No.
Good.
I don't buy it. He wants to wait till he lets his guard down and then kill him.
Rick's the one who pushed us all to take the Saviors home. He's the one who jumped headlong into this shitstorm with no waiters.
You're selfish, and you're a coward, and you're a traitor. You turned your back on the only friends you ever had. Shooting you in the head right here would actually make the world a better place.
You fucking tell him, Rosita.
Not because we give a rat's ass about you. We just need what's in there.
Oh! Jesus Christ.
What they turned you into. It's their fault. You hide. You don't trust. You don't live the life the way you want to because of them. They hurt you. They're gonna keep on hurting you. Unless you do one thing. Fight.
Thank you, Dave. I'll take it from here. Three, two, one.
Got Saviors killed, and then you ran away like a coward. You got shown up one too many times. Those people, they are always gonna know that there's a loophole, a way to escape. They are always gonna be looking for that chance to push back. So now, I gotta kill all of them, just like I'm gonna kill you.
I knew it.
Well, you look surprised, Dwight. Yeah, see, I found it on the side of the road. Laura, why don't you tell? See, I knew that I could count on you to deliver my plan to Rick. My brilliant, if I do say so myself, fake-ass plan.
Knew it.
You used Gregory for that, right? I mean, I was thinking maybe you'd take some kind of field trip or something, but oh, you got yourself a little delivery boy. Good for you. To deliver all that intel to Ricky and the Piss Patrol that's gonna lead them directly into the line of fire.
Negan, this is Carl. I was helping someone. I got bit. Didn't even have to be doing what we were doing. I was just helping someone, and now I'm gone. You might be gone. Maybe my dad made your people give you up, and I wanted to ask you. I wish I could have. Maybe you'll beat us. And if you do, there'll just be someone else to fight. The way out is working together. It's forgiveness. It's believing that it doesn't have to be a fight anymore.
All this, there is no getting out of it now. I wouldn't accept your surrender if you came to me on your knees. See, winning isn't about beating you. Winning is about killing every last one of you. That is starting over. I never wanted this. Rick made this happen. You tell him that. No more talk.
Damn. So I don't know what Aaron was trying to get accomplished just by hanging around Oceanside, because they were so adamant about not getting involved in the war between the Saviors and Rick's and the Hilltop Kingdom Alexandria group. But it wasn't until it wasn't until he made that speech about how the Saviors and presumably Simon, who attacked their group, and what drove them to be distrustful and like isolationists. And it's like you guys are gonna continue to be this way unless you stand up and fight. And it seems like maybe that'll just get them to finally come around. I mean, it's been 2 seasons. It seems like they've been building up to something, and basically them considering the Scavengers never came around, I kept backstabbing Rick's group. Maybe they'll be the ones who are actually come in as the last minute cavalry to turn the tides, kind of like Littlefinger's army during Battle of the Bastards from Game of Thrones season 6. I think, and I was kind of impressed. I was kind of impressed with with Negan and how much of a strategic he was, or at least he was smart enough to realize that. I guess especially with Laura coming back into the picture, and like I predicted, the one that he picked up on the side of the road at the end of the last episode on the way back to Sanctuary, that he knew about. Not only did he know about between Jadis and her, not only did he know about Simon disobeying his orders, but now he knew about Dwight being the mole. So it's like he took his side to help him, stop Simon's mutiny and challenge him to a fair fight. I'm surprised that he didn't beat him over the head with a bat, bash his skull in with Lucille like he did with Glenn and Abraham. But no, he challenged him to a fair fight to see who would get leadership of the Saviors, and like he pointed out, but because of Simon's actions, that he's forced his hand, and now he has to kill everybody in Rick's group just because his constant attacks and taunting has basically galvanized the group. And I was surprised that Gregory is willing to help Dwight and get the plans over to Rick's group he could he didn't even have to do that. He could have just ditched the map and just made a run for it. But I guess considering how Weasley he is, he didn't want to be wandering off in the woods and starve to death or get bit by a walker. That he probably just did this. That I guess Dwight anticipated that he would just want to use this as a bargaining chip to get some kind of to get asylum in the Hilltop, even if it meant that made him a prisoner again. And then of course, but I figured that when he says "Are you going to help me out more than you think?" Negan already knew that Dwight was the traitor, and that's why I figured it's those are all his bogus plans that he passed over to, that he knew that Dwight was going to pass over to Rick's group. and that they were going to be led into a trap, and that they were going to be like led into a trap, and then you already had like a counter plan to try to kill everybody in Rick's group. So, and so now the suspense comes to the fact from how they're going to get out of it, and if and how Dwight's going to get out and be able to warn Rick that they're going into a trap. And I'm sure Carl's going to be pissed off, and I figured it's like, oh, they got bogus intel. Dwight really is screwing them over, and maybe they'll shake Tara's faith in him. And then there's, and the fact that it's like Eugene was just treating Gabriel so poorly, especially considering he was ill, and making him work on manufacturing those bullets. It was just I just thought it was so cathartic to seeing him get captured by Carl and Rosita telling him what all the fans are thinking. He is a selfish, cowardly traitor, and I keep hoping that maybe that Eugene will grow a pair and actually turn against the Saviors. But at this point, I think it's a penultimate episode. At this point, I think he's just a lost cause. I'd be happy to if he ends up getting killed as in the season finale next week. I just really don't give a shit about Eugene at this point. But yeah, I wasn't surprised that he hid under all those ashes and bones when they were chasing after him, and Carl and Rosita lost his trail. And I feel like Carl, especially posthumously, has proven to be the most mature and wisest person on both sides of this conflict, considering he seems there's got to be this endless blood. They've been they've been kind of in this never-ending cycle in this series, which I guess people have complained about why the show's gotten complaints for being so repetitive, where it's just they kind of just fight to survive another day, and it's they keep finding a home, they have to fight some other group over the home, and they lose that home, and it's just constant bloodshed, and he just thinks we just need to make peace. Maybe he saw some kind of good in Negan, or that he was kind of just damaged human being, or because I feel like that's very big of him to want to reach out to Nick posthumously, and saying that it's I don't know if you wanted to be this way, if you're really proud of this. Especially considering he witnessed him brutaling two of his closest friends, and he still thinks he's redeemable, and maybe he redeem. But I think it's kind of clear that I think the best case scenario is that some of the Saviors who are just it's already proven by the people who were taken prisoner on the hilltop that they're willing to turn against Negan, and not all of them are just pure evil, and that some of them are just obeying Negan out of fear, and just like how they were in most of them were in season 7. So best case scenario, those same people will just kind of join up with the hilltop, assuming they survive, because the trailers from it next week looks like it's going to be a brutal all-out war. I'm just kind of wondering how how events from here are going to play into the Fear the Walking Dead season premiere, because the season finale for this episode and the season premiere for Fear the Walking Dead are premiering back to back, because they want to do a crossover event in which Morgan is going to be going from Walking Dead over the Fear the Walking Dead, and there presumably is going to be a time jump on Fear the Walking Dead so that the timelines of both shows kind of, match up a little bit more. So it'll be interesting to see how it's going to play out. And, I feel like that Fear the Walking Dead has been a slightly underrated show, especially since it's gotten gradually better. And I feel like giving, Morgan coming in and these new characters, the time jump, I feel like they'll be able to, revamp the show, given that the producers who work on Walking Dead are going to be working on have a more active role on Fear the Walking Dead, just to feel like the two shows feel more integrated, and it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. Also, by the way, I would also not going to be having an Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. video for the last episode that came out on Friday. I didn't have the time, and I don't know how many videos I'm going to be uploading from here on out, just because I feel like I need to double down on stuff like, sending out job applications and whatnot, trying to pull in some more money, and, I don't know, like, Krypton, for the show Krypton, I don't know if I'm going to, I think I might just do, like, a season 1 I might just do a review of season 1 overall once the whole show's done, and I'm considering just doing, DC recaps at the end of the week for all the DC shows, considering, there's so many, for Flash, Supergirl, Black Lightning, Arrow, and just because it will probably better fit my schedule in the coming days. But I'll keep you updated. These are all tentative plans, and, I'm just playing this by ear. But anyway, guys, what are your predictions for the season finale next week? What do you think of this episode? Leave your thoughts in the comments down below. Who do you think is going to survive, or who do you think is going to get killed next week? Just let me know your thoughts, and if you like this video, like, share, and subscribe, and I will talk to you guys soon. Take care.